Ever struggled with fondant? Whether you're making the perfect skin tone, mastering store-bought fondant, or rolling it out flawlessly, this video has you covered. Watch till the end for expert tips.
So guys, we are going to be talking about flesh tones today in fondant. Yes, so we're going to be making 3 different flesh tones in fondant. So imagine you have to buy food coloring for every food color in cake that you've ever achieved. Yeah, imagine how much you'll be spending in food coloring. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make 3 different tones of flesh tones, basically with the primary colors you already have at home, so you don't have to spend any extra money in buying like special flesh tone food coloring. Yes, so we're going to be doing this on a budget today as usual. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today guys, I'm going to be showing you how I make like flesh tone fondant, like flesh color, the color of human skin in fondant. Like if I have maybe like a skin cake, something that has like maybe like a booty or like a body part, basically maybe a vagina, a penis, or like a place, maybe boobs. Those are usually like things I need flesh tone for, maybe fingers and stuff. So today I'm going to show you how to color like 3 different shades of flesh tone for your fondant in case you want like flesh tone for a cake or something. So it's very easy, so I'm going to show you how to do that. And I use this for my vagina cake. If you haven't seen that cake, I'm going to put the card right up here, and if there's no card right up here, it means I haven't posted it yet. Okay guys, let's get started. Okay guys, so for this, what you need initially is some white fondant. So, and then you want to first of all knead it very well. And today I'm kneading it with some butter, and that's because like butter is best for you to knead fondant with. And yeah, I know most people tell you to use vegetable shortening or glycerin and stuff. So especially if it's fondant you've used before and you're using like it as a remnant, yeah, it's best when you knead it with fondant. The reason is because kneading with butter, I mean, like when you knead it with butter has some water content in it that makes that rehydrate your fondant and makes it like more stretchy and like kind of gets it to the original consistency it was. Yeah, if that makes sense. Okay, so today we're not going to be buying any special food coloring. We're going to be using the regular food coloring you already have in your kitchen. So I'm sure you have yellow and pink. Those are like primary colors. Yeah, yellow is primary. Okay, yeah, yellow, pink, or if you have red works too if you do not have pink. So you just want to use as little as possible. You know, red can be very concentrated and stuff. So, and then you need some brown. Okay, so for this we're not going to be using so much. We just need very little. In fact, if you notice what I'm doing, I'm not putting so much of it. Yeah, all I'm doing is using the tip of the bottle to touch the fondant. That's how little you want. And I'm doing the same thing for the pink. You want very little, so you're going to put some pink and some yellow, and then you're going to like try to mix the color as much as possible. It's going to give you like a very light shade of peach, which is what you're going for, but that peach might be a little bit too like unnatural for human skin tone. So I'm going to tell you what to do in a few seconds. So you want to make sure you knead it and it is well like mixed and everything. So if you think maybe it is not really at the color you want yet, for example for this one, I don't think it is there yet. I think the yellow is a little bit too much, so I'm going to put a little bit more pink, just very tiny. You don't even want to put as much as 1 drop. You want just very small. Okay, so after adding a little bit more pink, you're going to knead it and try to get it to the peach that you want. In the meantime, yeah guys, I have so many videos on this channel now. I think I have almost 200 videos on this channel, so whatever you want basically is on this channel. And I'm going to work on like arranging my videos based on titles, for example like fondant playlist, a buttercream playlist, so it can be easier for you guys to find. So like I'm kind of very busy like this time, so I'm going to find a time to do that so it can be easier for you to find. So if you haven't subscribed to this channel, consider subscribing right now. It is not difficult. Just click on the the button. Yeah, so that would be nice. Okay, so if you guys notice what I'm doing, I'm adding a little bit of brown. It's important for you to add little, very tiny, and in this case I'm using liquid food coloring, so that's why like it looks like I added like 2 drops. If you're using gel food coloring, you don't even want to use up to a drop. You just need to maybe touch your fondant to the tip of your color bottle, basically, because you need very little. The trick to coloring fondant or getting specific colors, especially when you're trying to go light, is to put as little as possible and not be in a hurry. So put as little color as possible, and then if you think it's not deep enough, then put a little bit more. So I think this skin tone is okay for this. Kind of looks like, you know, like if you were Caucasian, this would be your skin tone, maybe. I don't know, like I think this is okay. So, and I'm going to be using this same fondant to make the other two darker skin tones that I want. So I'm going to divide it into 3 parts. Yeah, so I'm going to leave that first base, and then I'm going to divide this one again into another 2, so like I can make the other color. Okay, but before then I'm going to color it. So all you need to do is add some brown to this. Yeah, and then it's important to know that in this case I'm using water liquid food coloring. Liquid food coloring kind of like makes your fondant a little bit too hydrated. It makes it too light, like too, I don't know, too sticky. Yeah, sticky is the word. So if you're using liquid food coloring, make sure you have some cornstarch to like maybe to thicken up your fondant a little bit and not make it too sticky and everything, so it can be easier for you to work with. So right now I'm trying to get to a darker skin shade, so I added some brown to it. So we're going to mix it. Like I said initially, yeah, when you're adding food coloring to something, you want to add in beads, because it is impossible to take it out once you've added. So it's best you add in beads, that way you can control how much you're adding. So I think this is going to be the second shade. It kind of looks very close to the first shade, but that's what I'm going for. I don't want it to be too different, because this fondant I'm making, I'm going to use it for my vagina. I'm making a vagina cake for you guys, and I want it to have like 3 different shades, so it can look very natural, because yeah, we know our body is not just one shade. Yeah, so that's what I'm going for. Okay, so I think I added a little bit more brown because it wasn't like brown enough for me yet. So, and then because I'm using food coloring, I'm adding some cornstarch so that my fondant doesn't stick too much, yeah, to thicken it up a little bit more. So I'm going to mix that, and I think I like this color already. Yeah, I like this color already. I love it actually. Okay, so now I think I like this color. The initial color was a little bit too close to the first one, and I didn't want it to be too close, so it won't look like just the same and rhyme too much. So I like this color, so I'm going to go for this second skin tone. I like it this way. Okay, so now that we are done with our second skin tone, we are going to make the third. Yeah, so let's compare it to the first one and see it looks a little bit different, just slightly, not too much. So now I'm going to pull that aside, and I'm going to divide it into 2, so that I'm going to paint, like color the third one. Okay, so let's put those ones aside and color the third one. Coloring darker skin shades might be a little bit tricky, because you're in between trying to get to a very deep brown that doesn't look too ashy. There's something about adding, like continuously adding brown to fondant, that makes it ashy, and you don't want the skin tone to be ashy, especially if you're making maybe a figurine that has a face and stuff. Yeah, that way you can airbrush. In this case, I'm making a vagina, so like I can kind of use my airbrush, or maybe if you don't have an airbrush, you can use powdered food coloring, just to this powdered dust, just to like make some parts darker and stuff. So what I'm doing to this is adding some brown. And if you don't want to do this, another option you can do, which is actually a better option, I didn't think about it when I was shooting this video, I'm just thinking about it now while I'm doing the voiceover. A better option is using cocoa powder. Cocoa powder gives you a beautiful skin tone for dark people, like beautiful, like just beautiful and perfect. So if you don't want to, if you're watching this video and maybe you don't want to use brown food coloring, you can try cocoa powder. Just add a little bit, maybe like half a teaspoon, and then knead it, and then if you think it's not dark enough, add another half a teaspoon. So cocoa powder gives you very beautiful dark skin shades. So this is going to be our 3 skin shades that we are going for today. Okay, I feel like you guys can't really see it well because the mat is purple, so let me remove the mat so you guys can see it on my table and see how nice it is. And they are like 3 different skin shades, and I hope you like this video, guys, because I enjoy making these videos for you guys, including this voiceover. So thank you guys so much, and I hope if you find this video useful, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment in the comment section below, and please tell me what kind of videos you like me to make in the future, because I'm running out of ideas. Thank you guys, and I will see you in my future videos. Okay, bye. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome back to this channel. Okay, so this is the poke test for fondants for you to know it is ready to roll. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to prep already made fondants for rolling. As you know, like if you're buying already made fondant, you can't just put it on top of your rolling board and just roll. That's not how it works. It's not going to work like that. Your fondant is going to tear. So today I'm going to be showing you how to do that in 5 easy steps without you putting it in the microwave. Mind you, if you put your already made fondant in the microwave, it is going to spoil the texture. It is going to be like chewing gum when you are done, and it is going to be tearing on your cake, so you don't want that. So today we're going to be using Okrasa. If you live in Eastern Europe, it's a really popular brand around here. They make other things as well. So today we're going to be using this red fondant from Okrasa. So first things first, yeah, I don't use vegetable shortening because in this part of the world Crisco is very expensive. So I use butter. The only downside to butter is that if you're using white fondant, it's going to change the colors just a little bit, just slightly. So the first thing you want to do is spread some butter or vegetable shortening on your board as a first step, and then the second step is to separate your fondant into 2 parts, especially if you're working with more than 1 kg. If it's less than 1 kg, you don't need to separate it, but if it is more than 1 kg, you should separate it into 2 parts, and then start to stretch and knead the fondant on top of the board slowly with the butter. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like now I'm kneading. Initially I was stretching. Like you stretch and knead at intervals. The reason why you're stretching is because it gives you like, it lets you know when you're using, like when you should stop using Crisco or butter, so your fondant won't be too soft. Yeah, so you should knead. The kneading makes it soft, and then the stretching makes you know like how, like what is the texture like, what will it look like when you roll, is it ready? Yes. So once you're done with the first part, start to like do the same thing to the second part. So just knead and stretch at intervals. The reason why you don't want to put this in the microwave, have you ever put your pizza in the microwave? It becomes kind of like stretchy. Yeah, that's exactly what is going to happen to your fondant. I know in the case of pizza, you're eating it, you don't need to roll it out, but in this case you need to roll it and cover your cake, so it will be breaking. So don't put it to soften it in the microwave. Soften it. The reason why you're kneading and stretching is because the heat from your hands is also softening the fondant instead of putting it in the microwave. So once you're done with that, once they are like around the same consistency, you're going to take both of them, the first part and the second part, and then you are going to join it together and then put some more butter or vegetable shortening on your rolling board or rolling silicone mat, and start to knead and stretch again together, just like you did initially. Guys, if this is your first time on this channel, where have you been? But thank God you're here now, so please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Like, give me a thumbs up. When you give me a thumbs up, you're telling YouTube that you like the video, so that way they'll suggest it to more people who might like it, so more people will be likely to see it. So thank you guys for your support. Okay, so if you notice, our fondant is becoming softer than it was initially. So the first time I actually bought ready-made fondant, like I bought it and I was like, this fondant is not good. And then I bought another brand and I was like, it is not good as well. I bought 3 brands before I realized that, okay, all of them come, like when they come, they are hard. Yes, it's you that needs to soften it, and it took me a while to learn that I don't put it in the microwave, because normally in the case of marshmallow fondant, if I want to soften it, I put it in the microwave. But if you're using already made fondant, don't put it in the microwave, because if you do that, you're going to be destroying the texture. You're going to be messing with the texture like that the original producers had in mind, because the heat from the microwave is going to change the texture of your fondant, and that's not what you want. Okay, if you notice now, I'm stretching it, yeah, and it is a lot softer than it was. So it is you who's going to decide, okay, I think it is soft enough or it is not soft enough, depending on what you're used to working with. Some cake decorators are used to working with like a harder, like a firmer fondant, but some people prefer like maybe a softer part because it's easier to manipulate and stuff. So don't put too much shortening, because that way your fondant will become too hard, too soft, I mean. And if it is too soft, all you have to do is just wrap it up. If you have another one to use for that day, wrap it up and leave it till the next day and use another one. By the next day, it will be like a little bit harder than normal. Now see how it stretches, like stretching it, like cut it in the middle and stretch. Yeah, this is the consistency I like. So I think this consistency is okay for spreading, and it is best for, especially for beginners. If you're not used to working with fondant, make sure it is not too hard so it doesn't frustrate you. Another way to test if it is ready is to do the poke test. Yeah, so I'm going to show you how to do that, but initially see the stretch test. This way all you have to do is hold one end and stretch it. If it doesn't cut at all in the middle, then you know you are ready to go. Yeah, you're holding one end of the fondant and cutting some parts and stretching it. Can you see it stretches so well? That's what you want. So if you can't do that, let me show you the poke test. If you're doing the poke test, you want to make sure your fingers can easily go into it without it being too hard. Like it can make like an easy indent that doesn't rise back up. Yeah, see what I'm saying? It doesn't come back up like bread dough. Yeah, so this way it is stable and ready to roll. I hope this video makes it easy for you, especially if you're using fondant for the very first time. Okay, so this was the cake I made with the fondant, and it came out so nice, and the customer really liked it. So thank you guys for watching this video, and give me a thumbs up if you really like it, and I'll see you next time.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in my last video I got several questions about how I rolled my fondant, so I decided to make a separate video for you guys about how to roll fondant. Yeah, okay, so I already have my fondant in this video, and if you want to see how I made it, I make my own fondant myself, and I make it with marshmallows. I don't know how to make the regular fondant because I don't know, this is just what I'm used to. Okay. And I made it like that for a while. So okay, so the first thing you want to do is partition how much fondant you need for the kind of cake you want to cover. If you don't know how to know the amount you need exactly, then like I don't know how to tell you, but usually I use about 1 kilogram of fondant for an 8-inch cake, and it's still going to remain, but that's just how much you need to be able to spread as wide and as thin enough. So what you want to do first of all is to knead the fondant and then roll it in the desired shape you want. In my case, I'm like going to need I'm going to have to roll it in like a rectangular shape. That's why I'm rolling it in this shape, and I'm not just leaving it round. So what you want to do next is to put some cornstarch on the silicone mat, and then try to roll out your fondant. In my case, yeah, I know several people say don't roll it in one direction, roll it with a really big rolling pin. There are different rules. Some people say like roll it just in one way, like don't go to and fro, just roll in one direction, don't do to and fro like this, and don't roll it in tiny batches. Let me tell you guys that the best way to cake decoration is to roll it however it's convenient for you. Roll it how you feel like rolling it. Roll it with how long you're. In my case, like my hands are not that long, so usually I roll things in batches, and I have to move in different directions because I'm really short. So roll it however it's convenient for you. Roll it like, and I don't know, just do it how it's convenient for you, because there is no one size fit all for these things. Like you have to do however it's convenient for you. And I found like cakes like turn out best when you do what is convenient for you. Do it however it feels right, if you get me. But what you want to make sure you do is when you're done rolling to the length and breadth you want, make sure you use your smoother to smoothen the sides that like where you can see the seams that show that you rolled in different directions. That way there is no part of the fondant that is thinner while another part is thicker, if that makes sense to you guys. So let me show you how to patch up the parts that like you didn't really roll well. So you're going to take some of that fondant and then cover that part up, and then use your rolling pin again, and then go over it again with a smoother to smoothen everything again. And it's so easy, guys. Like usually there are no rules for these things, and people like to make rules to make it seem maybe complicated, or maybe to make them seem like they are professionals and they know what they're doing. So I'm telling you guys, like the way I work, I don't work based on maybe rules or like I don't know, according to how some people say it should be, or mix in one direction or something. I do whatever is convenient for me, and I found like that way it turns out even better. So now I'm going to be using this fondant in like a paneling method, which means I'm going to be like rolling it around my cake, so putting it on top of my cake and then smoothing it down. So what I like to do next is to put some cornstarch on top of it so it won't stick, and then cut out the excess by the side, and then I'm going to roll it on top of my rolling pin. The important thing here, sorry guys, I kind of have cold, sorry. So the important thing here is you want to make sure you're not lifting the fondant with your bare hands. Make sure you roll the fondant on your rolling pin. That way it won't stretch and it will roll just the same way you rolled it, and like the thickness you rolled it with is what is going to apply on your cake. That's the important part. So roll it according to how it's convenient for you guys. Don't maybe follow the rule. Yeah, there's some rules you should follow, but a lot of them are just hogwash. A lot of them are just to make it seem like, I don't know, to make it seem more complicated. So in cake decoration, basically there are no rules. Do it however is convenient for you. That way you're going to find new and better ways of doing stuff. So I don't know, that's what I do though. So I decided to show you guys. I hope I answered your questions for those of you that asked me that question. And if you want to ask me a question, guys, please don't ask me in my DM, ask me in the comment section. It gives me more comments and it gives more engagement to my posts, and it helps me get more viewers. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Bye.